Hello and welcome to this video. So this is part 2 of my series about photography in the Dolomites, and if you haven't checked out part 1 already, you can find it over on my channel. Feel free to check it out as well. And for now, I hope you enjoy the video and let's get started. Okay, welcome to the next day of this photography road trip. So as I said, I tried to repair the lens from yesterday, but unfortunately it doesn't work out. I got it back together. I can show you that here. I pretty much, no, it's not together, but I pretty much got it back together, but it's not working anymore. So yeah, this one is probably dead, which is not good news because, as I said, it's the only standard zoom lens I have with me here. But nonetheless, one less piece of equipment doesn't stop the show, so we go on anyways. The weather is looking not so good as predicted, but the weather forecast improved a little bit, so we might have some rain-free moments in the late afternoon today. We have to see, but tomorrow the weather looks much better and I hope to get all the great shots then. So yeah, stay tuned. Okay guys, the first stop of the day. As you can see, it is still raining, it is overcast, but that is not a big problem if you're taking photos of, for example, waterfalls. And I've just come across this waterfall here, which is coming from the mountain up there. It goes all the way down. And I hope you can hear me now, but I think I will take some pictures of that waterfall now, because you know, with this weather conditions it's really hard to take pictures of, for example, the mountains, because you can't see them, they are in the clouds, but the waterfall I can see, so I will try to take pictures of that now. Okay, we have now reached our next destination for today, and as you can see, it's pretty much like winter here. If we take a look around, you can see it. The view isn't so great, but I want to take a look around here. We are actually on the Austrian side now, and yeah, I want to take a look around, take a few pictures maybe with my analog camera, and yeah, let's see what we can do here. So as you can see, it is quite snowy outside. I went around, took some photos, did best as I could, and I also took a lot of analog photos, which I believe could really shine here in this situation. We will see after we developed it, but as I said, you always have to adapt to the situation, especially if you do nature, landscape photography, stuff like that. You always need to adapt to the weather situation because you cannot predict it to 100%. For example, last week I looked at the weather forecast and it says from Wednesday to Sunday it would be sunny and pretty good weather, and you can see it now, it is obviously not so good. But as I said, tomorrow I have big hopes, and hopefully the weather will be very, very good then. We will see. But for now, we are heading on. Okay, one more quick update, last update for the day. Actually, we haven't done so much today because of the weather, but that was to be expected, honestly. And tomorrow the weather hopefully will have improved, but I believe it will because the weather forecast says so. And on Sunday the weather will be good as well. So we have 2 days now, starting tomorrow, where we can take hopefully amazing pictures starting tomorrow morning. So be excited, and I'm excited too. So hopefully it will be great. So, my original plan for that day was to first go to the so-called three peaks. And the three peaks are that three huge mountains peeking out of the ground of the surrounding area there. And they are absolutely beautiful. And the best part is the hiking trails in this area are absolutely stunning as well. I went there last year and it was so beautiful. It was basically my favorite spot in the Dolomites at that time. Unfortunately, when I arrived there, I found out that the parking lot on the top was closed. And the parking lot on the top is important because from that point all the beautiful hikes are starting. So I parked my car at the bottom parking lot because I saw a sign that stated that there is a bus service offered that brings the people up to the upper parking lot. However, after I parked my car and paid the $16 in parking fee for the whole day and also purchased a $12 bus ticket also for the whole day, I found out that, basically there was no bus service. It was also cancelled. So I stood there, didn't know what to do. What I eventually did, I took out my drone, took a few shots of the three peaks, and from my drone's perspective, you definitely could see them, and you even could see the upper parking lot. But as I said, it was a difficult decision. I decided eventually to go on and try to find another spot. And I was quite sad about that, honestly. But you will hear me talk more about that in a second. So let's give you a quick update here. So basically it again doesn't work out as I planned because the parking lot at the top was closed due to the severe snow and weather. The weather, on the other hand, today is really good, as we expected, even a little bit better than we expected. It is perfect conditions for photography, basically. You have clouds, you have sunlight, you have beautiful snowy mountains. It is almost perfect, but we can't go up the mountain. You could go by foot. It will take around 3 hours one way, and then you are just at the parking lot. You are not started the hikes there, the trails that go around the mountains there, which are so beautiful. I went there last year. It was amazing. But as I said, it would take me just around 3 hours to get to the parking lot by foot. So I really cannot do that because, when I'm up there, I can basically start going down again because the day is over. So that's not good. I just went on and took my drone out, took a few drone shots, which you already saw basically. And yeah, I just hope that maybe the parking lot will open again. I'm currently thinking about going back there and look if the parking lot is basically open again, because the weather is now so good, but I don't think so. So the question is, what should I do now? I have a few different options basically. It's not that easy to decide now because some of them are pretty far away. We cannot easily come back if we drive like 2 hours in one direction now. So yeah, we have to see. I will think about it and then you will basically see first and then I talk to you again. So we are currently at the Seiser Alm. That was my plan B for today. As I said, it's around 2.5 hour drive from the Tre Cime, Tre Cime in German, where I would like to head today. But as I said, it was not possible due to the severe snow at the top. So I couldn't get up there. So actually it's super beautiful here, but the weather has turned one more time and now it's super cloudy again, super overcast. So what I'm trying to do right now is taking pictures, looking around every few seconds and taking pictures when the cloud looks nice on the peaks, on the mountaintops. So as you can see behind me, there are huge and beautiful mountains, but they are often in the clouds, and I'm taking a look around, as I said, every 10 seconds and try to shoot it when the conditions are right. So let's see how this goes and how the picture turns out later. So here we are back once more, and I'm still basically at the same spot as in the last update. However, It's like 2 hours later now. I've been to my hotel room for a minute, and now I come back up here. As you can see, maybe not, but the weather has changed again. As it is in the mountains so often, it has changed again. Now it's still cloudy, but there are a lot of spots of blue sky, and there are some beautiful lighting conditions on the mountains behind me. I'm once again going up and see what I can take. It's always interesting to see. Maybe I'm just unsporty, but it feels like we are at like 2 kilometers in altitude right now, around about 6,000 feet, a little bit above. You don't feel the altitude if you're standing still, but if you walk or climb up a hill, I think you can feel it, because I'm a little bit exhausted. Nothing too special, but wouldn't happen on sea level, I guess. You can see here, and hopefully on the pictures as well, I'm taking a lot of photos with my telephoto lens with the 70-200. That is because I want to get close to the subjects. I can show you that. You know, you see how beautiful it is up there. And the second reason I'm doing this is because, as you all know, I crashed my standard zoom lens a few days ago. So basically I have wide angle 17-28 millimeters now, and the 70-200. And in these conditions, I'm opting for the 70-200. Look at this clouds, man. Wow. This is what I'm talking about. It looks absolutely stunning. I'm trying to get a little bit higher to get an even better view of it, but I think it can't get much better than this actually. Wow. So what I'm trying to do in situations like this is actually trying to keep the compositions simple, because oftentimes the light on the mountains really create this beautiful pattern in the snow, and it's already more or less enough for a picture. You know, you want to maybe create a little bit depth in the picture through framing basically they have different layers. And with that said, we can finally call it a day. What I want to do now is saving all the data, saving all the pictures, all the videos on my hard drive. And then I want to clean up my equipment, show it some love, because, you know, it can get pretty rough out there for the equipment, because sometimes you need to lay it in the grass, you need to lay it on the ground. For example, the drone is in the air, is on the ground, snow conditions, and that's not so easy because, you know, it's all just technique basically. So yeah, you need to show it a little bit of love, so it will work fine tomorrow, hopefully, because tomorrow we want to head up to the so-called Seceda Ridgeline, I guess. And yeah, we need the equipment to work there perfectly, and hopefully that will be great. So yeah, I say good night and see you tomorrow. Good morning, here I am again from my hotel room. But actually, I was not lazy today. I went up the mountain before sunrise. Sunrise was like 7:15 a.m. and I woke up at 6:45 a.m. So then I realized, oh man, there is maybe a beautiful sunrise out there because the weather cleared up. It's absolutely beautiful. So I went up the mountain, and unfortunately I didn't have enough time to go up there by foot. So I take the car, took it to the parking lot there. And these are the very situations where drones are just perfect, because as I said, I didn't have any time left before the sunrise to go up the mountain by foot. So I took out my drone from the parking lot and took hopefully amazing shots. And I know some of you might think that this is kind of cheating, just do it with the drone, fly around. But I mean, the technology is there, you might as well use it. So for me, that's perfectly fine. But we will see how this turns out. And yeah, let's start the day now. I will dress up, just took a shower. And then we head up to the lift where we can go up to the Seceda Ridgeline. Hopefully it will be beautiful. We will see. So stay tuned. So I'm headed up here now with the lift, and it was okay, you know. From a few days ago, I am afraid of heights, especially when it is shaky or wobbly. And it was a little bit, but it was okay. I expected this to be worse. The place here is absolutely beautiful. It's super. It's amazing. But here are a lot of people, huge amounts of people here, which is to be expected, honestly. But nonetheless, it's always a little bit nicer when there are less people. So I just drove to the last location for this photography trip, basically. This is this famous church in the Dolomites that, yeah, if you Google Dolomites, you will find that church maybe on the third spot in Google Pictures. But yeah, it's very touristy here, you know, like the other spot today as well, this mountain, the Seceda Ridge. It was absolutely beautiful, but so many people were there. Yeah, I normally enjoy it more when I'm more isolated, when there are not that much people. But what do you expect from such a famous point, basically? So can't say anything against that. But now we are here at this at this different location with the church. I want to see what I can get here, if I can get nice pictures, and yeah, let's see. So as you can see, I walked up this hill here. Behind me, here you can see it, is this famous church. And now I'm going to take a few pictures and hopefully it will look great. It looks amazing. Now we have a little bit of cloud, but just 3 minutes ago there was no clouds on these mountains behind this church, and it looked absolutely stunning. I absolutely love it. So yeah, I just wait a moment. Maybe I take the drone out once more and then I head back to the car. So, and with that we are finally done. Basically we did every spot we want to do except for the Tre Cimes. But yeah, can't do anything about that now. But now we need to head home, and the drive there will take approximately 10 hours, I believe. So yeah, I don't think I will film there much, but I will give you a debrief when I'm back at home tomorrow, maybe, because it's like 4 p.m. now. When I'm home, it will be in the middle of the night. So yeah, I give you the debrief tomorrow. with that, we are finally back home. The drive took me around 10 to 11 hours. It was pretty okay. We had a little bit of traffic jams on the Austrian side of the Alps, but we had a beautiful sunset there as well. You've seen the pictures, and yeah, now we are back at home and I will start editing the photos and the videos. And what did I have learned from this trip? So, first of all, I've learned that I definitely need a new backpack, because my backpack is absolutely shit. The zipper was either stuck the whole time or it didn't work at all and I couldn't close the backpack up again, which is super annoying, because when you are out there in the field and you just want to change the lenses quickly or take out the drone, stuff like that, and then the zipper doesn't work and you can't close the backpack back up again, it's so annoying. So I definitely need a new one. I had problems with it before, but I thought it would be okay. It was not, so yeah, that's definitely something I've learned. The other thing I've learned is definitely that I need to bring backup lenses, because I had this one with me, as you all have seen. It broke. It broke when I stepped against my tripod. The tripod tipped over with the camera lens attached to it. The camera was okay, but the lens pretty much broke in half. You have this plate here, basically, this back plate on the lens, which attaches to the camera mount, and this one is fixed in place with 4 screws, and these screws basically ripped out. And yeah, so I tried to fix it more or less on location. It didn't work out. Back at home here I tried again. It actually worked. So this lens is usable again, but the housings for the screws are pretty much ripped apart. So I was just able to tighten 3 of the 4 screws back in, and even that is not 100%. So yeah, I think this lens will serve me maybe as a backup lens in the future. If everything else is broken, I can take this one again, but yeah, I will most likely sort that one out. I can't really sell it because, you know, it's like half broken more or less. I cannot give it to anybody else, so yeah, it will stay with me. But yeah, this one is sadly over, this lens. The last thing I've noticed once again is that you just cannot plan that well if you do nature and landscape photos. As I said, I've done it a few times, or tried it a few times, and it never works out as you expected, because, you know, the weather can change. We had this problem. We had one day where we couldn't do anything because it rained or snowed the whole day. And yeah, that is always a little bit annoying, but as I said, it is to be expected. So you will most likely have experienced something like that as well if you are into nature and landscape photography. But yes, overall I think it was a pretty successful trip. I hope the pictures turn out to be nice and the videos turn out to be nice. And yes, and with that said, I really like to thank you. If anyone really watched this video, thank you so much for doing so. But for now, I wish you a great day, a great week, and goodbye.